What's up, and welcome to the special holiday edition of Nighttime at the Nerd Bar. I feel like we need like a special eggnog or something, or whatever holiday beverage of your choice.
I have a cup of water, like I always do.
I have a jug of water.
Hey,
and
we stay hydrated. It's a good thing.
Coffee, tea that's out of this world. It's a Gauss cup. Anyway.
I left my peppermint tea downstairs. My candy cane tea from Adagio, not sponsored, downstairs.
I've seen one of your Advent post things, and I'm like, ooh, that looks yummy.
We're up to like 16 of them at this point.
Yay!
There are lots of days.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, this is pre-tape, by the way, because of holiday travel and such. So if you are in our live chat and we don't respond, it's not you, it is us. So
hello
don't worry.
From the past.
Yes, hello from the past. But please comment down below on the video your thoughts about what we discussed, because we're talking holiday movies, like things are underrated, ones we haven't seen, and recommending them to in general.
Yeah.
So first off, though, I'm Kari Lane. Thank you so much for being here. And
I'm Katie Cullen, and I am full of holiday cheer.
Yay!
And I was not intending to rhyme that, but here we are.
You know, it just happens. And then if I have any weird delay, it's just because I'm trying a new setup. So just know I'm deep in thought process.
Yes.
No, something like that.
We, as you can tell from the fact that I have a magically appearing gaming headset from this past episode on, we've been trying a number of new things. We are attempting to bring you the optimal experience, the best delivery vehicle for our opinions. So, thank you
for being along for the ride. That's for sure. And I did just bump this. So we're not talking Demon Slayer because we're filming this before the episode comes out. But tweet at us your thoughts. Try not to be spoilers because we don't want to spoil on the internet, which you can see our names there to tweet us.
Yeah, no.
But there's our Nighttime at the Nerd Bar.
It's us. We're having fun with lower thirds tonight as well.
Yes, of course.
It's a good time.
It's always a good time here. So
always a good time here.
You know, welcome. Alrighty. So this entire show is going to be stuff you should check out.
Real quick though.
Yes.
Gaming news.
Oh, yes. Hold on. True.
Gaming! Because this is something that happened today, which is going to date this show, but I get the feeling it's still going to be relevant in about 5 days. So Final Fantasy XIV, online Final Fantasy, that game that a ton of people are playing, that meme about, have you heard about the award-winning Final Fantasy XIV with its 60-day trial and its free-to-play Endwalker expansion, that whole thing, closed its doors today to new gamers. Because the latest expansion called Endwalker dropped about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, has been incredibly popular. You're looking at server queue times of multiple hours to get in, and they don't have the server space to accommodate everyone who wants to play. So free trials are suspended. Upgrading your trial to a permanent account to a subscription rather, is suspended. And they, as of today, announced that they would be giving more days to subscribers. They are extending their subscriptions a little bit because there's been so much wait time to play, because the servers can't handle the load. And because of chip shortages, it is nigh on impossible to get new servers. You can still get new like individual laptops and whatnot, but an actual server tower, good luck, man. So I say this now because I am expecting this to still be the case when this show airs on Monday. And if it's not, I think we will all be very pleasantly surprised, because again, sourcing server towers is difficult nowadays. So best of luck to Square Enix, and I hope all y'all are really enjoying Endwalker.
I was going to say, by the time we come back, so also heads up, we will not be here next week. So that's right after Christmas. We'll be back in the new year. So yay! Early Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Witcher's coming out the next season, so I'll be excited to talk about that when we come back.
Witcher, Hawkeye, Spider-Man drops.
Yep.
Technically,
yes, Spider-Man. I've seen people already at the theater and all that. So
yeah.
Yes.
I'm going tomorrow.
Yeah.
To hunker down until then.
I know, right? It's like spoilers, no hide.
It's like,
Yep.
I pretend I do not see it. I look away.
Also, I was gonna say we're not doing gaming right now.
We're
Boom.
not.
The other problem too, it's not even just spoilers, but it's hearing so much hype for anything that your expectation keeps doing this, that I want to see something generally before I've even heard anything about it, good or bad, because I'm like, I don't want anything influencing my experience. I mean, that's my personal preference. What do you all think? Please leave comments.
I definitely know some people who are kind of going, you know what? I don't want to see any trailers for any movies.
Yeah.
I just want to start going in blind. I have a friend who did that for Dune, and they were very happy because I don't think they had consumed Dune in any form of media before.
Interesting. I'd want to know
And
what they
so
thought of it then.
They liked it.
Nice.
They were very happy with it.
Any bit confused or like?
Not that I know of. Not
cool.
that they just the point of that though was, this was a couple weeks ago. They're also saying, so I'm trying to do that for Spider-Man and the Matrix. Little harder.
Yeah.
Just a touch. Godspeed, friend.
Well, Spider-Man trailers on every like movie if you've gone recently. And it's just like, I don't want to see anymore. And Matrix 2. But you know, I was considering, and I'm like, I might still do it for both, is do a rewatch of all the previous.
Oh, good luck.
But we'll see.
My roommate and I actually did that with the Spider-Man movies last month, and it's fun to kind of see how that goes.
Yeah.
The Matrix ones are an option. There's some good ones and there's some not great ones.
I didn't hate them when they all came out. I liked all of them. I understand the complaints on the later ones, but I wasn't like, I don't like it, whatever. So I'm like, I'd be curious to revisit them now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just Reloaded is kind of a slog.
Okay.
Revolution's fuck wild, but Reloaded is kind of a slog. Animatrix, though. Definitely Animatrix.
Oh, that is very good.
All of it. All of it.
Yes. Alrighty.
Yeah. So we were going to talk about holiday stuff, and then I derailed us with Endwalker.
Well, this was also things we're excited about. So we got other segments in. Yay!
Spider-Man.
And speaking of, you were excited about your holiday shirt.
Yes! My cats.
They're so cute.
The cute little cats.
Cute kitties.
I have cats. I have ornament earrings, which are kind of being held in place by my headset, so they're not doing this.
Cute. I'm going kind of holiday-ish colors. I thought about it, and then I like my pants, it all matches, but you can't just imagine it, you know. But accessory I brought with me. So this is from Japan Crate. And go check out previous episode where I talked about the other items in the crate, but I like a little ASMR for you.
Jeez. I'm still planning a heist for those Kit Kats.
Yes.
It's gonna happen.
Be like, dun, dun, dun.
So I need your address.
Oh, it stayed. Yes.
All
right. Stuff you should check out.
Yes.
All right. So we'll just ping pong back and forth. So Katie, what is a movie that is a holiday recommendation from you?
So I'm going to start with one that if you haven't already seen it, that's fine, but I will be amazed if you have not been aware of it in some capacity. The Nightmare Before Christmas. Because it's incredible, because it's a lot of fun, and if you've seen it 1,000 times and you're like, okay, I've seen this already, I need you to step back and reconsider it as Cultural Appropriation, the musical.
I have seen something like that, like a meme or something. I'm like,
oh my God,
it is. And this is why it doesn't work.
No, it works very well.
No. In terms of like taking something you don't understand.
Yes. For those going, but Nightmare Before Christmas doesn't appropriate any cultures. Cultural appropriation is the plot of Nightmare Before Christmas, because you have this very excited, very well-meaning person finding something new from another culture, not understanding the significance of it whatsoever, but still going, I want that. It's mine now, attempting to do the thing while still not understanding it and never really asking questions to people who could truly answer them, and then fucking it all up with some great songs. So yeah, it is Cultural Appropriation, the musical, and if you've never thought about it that way, sit down and watch it with that in your mind, because if you've ever wondered like what cultural appropriation is and how it can be harmful, Nightmare Before Christmas is a perfect look at that without taking
Yes.
any actual real world cultures that have been harmfully appropriated and putting them under the microscope. It's all in the area of fiction. So it's a little less fraught
Mhm.
than some other tales might be. Yeah. I
Yeah,
don't
can't
know
remember
that
if
I
there was a
worded that
meme
well,
or
but yeah.
something, but I have seen that and it 100% makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah. No, and it's a great movie. I absolutely
Yes.
adore it. And if anyone argues, oh, it's a Halloween movie, I say, ¿por qué no los dos? It's both.
Yeah.
It's both.
That's
Watch
the
it
point.
whenever you want.
Yeah. That's kind of the point. I was going to say, I think I talked about it once before. I would highly recommend looking up the What's This Song on YouTube and look at it in Japanese. Like, go listen. Oh my gosh. It just
Also,
makes me so happy.
Castilian Spanish. Castilian Spanish, I have been
Yes.
informed is, or maybe it's the Castilian Spanish for Jack's Lament. Either way.
Ooh,
Just
yeah.
look them all up in different languages.
It's always
super
entertaining.
fun.
Yes.
And the dubbing is such hard work, and the people who do it do incredible jobs.
Yes.
So yeah.
I don't know why I didn't think about it before, but I'm like, should we have a banner for each movie? So we got excited about banners ahead of time, y'all.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, no, my next one
It's okay.
is so
Yes.
you next.
All right. So this one is a little bit of a throwback. I don't know if it had like a wide release or anything. So this is The Nutcracker Prince from 1990. So it's your basic Nutcracker Prince plot line. Like if you've seen the Nutcracker Prince ballet, it's that. But the big thing about it is, I'm like, where's the names? I'm grabbing it.
Is this live action?
No, it's animated. Sorry, animated movie. But the big thing is one of the big voices is Kiefer Sutherland and Peter O'Toole. So there's some big names in this. Yeah. But when I was a little kid, I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. Megan Follows is Clara. I was trying to see if there's any other. There's some other people as well, but I do highly recommend. I don't know where you go watch it now, but I have it on DVD. But yeah, just go look up The Nutcracker Prince, animated 1990. It's a classic 80s into 90s animation style. It's really pretty. It's family friendly. Like it's the adventure of it all, and she's going into that world, and it's just really satisfying. I feel it's probably nostalgia for me and anybody who watched it to like revisit. I like to put it on now when I'm doing like holiday crafts or something. But yeah, it's a good classic. And then let me know if you've seen it. All of these, please let us know, because some of these I'm like, have you heard of them?
Well, I think most people have heard of Nightmare Before Christmas.
Have you seen it or not? Yeah.
I think a lot of people have at least heard of it, partially because of the juggernaut that is Disney merchandising once they figured out that it was profitable and loved. Because they initially released it under their Touchstone Pictures label because they were like, it's 1993 and we're not sure this is the image we want to project. And then about 10 years later, people went, oh my God. And they went, okay, we're keeping it.
Yeah.
We're keeping it. People love it. Let's re-release it. Let's put it back in theaters. Let's do a whole big 3D show. Let's chain
the Haunted Mansion at Christmas time.
Yeah. No, it's Disney knows where their money-making machines are, and Jack Skellington is certainly one of them.
Mm-hmm. All right, and then your next recommendation.
This is a wild one, and I will fully admit it. There is a movie called Santa Claus. It was made in 1959. It hails from Mexico, and it is the story of a young girl in a poverty-stricken family trying to do the right thing and trying to be good, and Santa Claus trying to help her be good by fighting off the evil influences of Satan.
Go Google the pictures.
Hang on. No, here's the thing. Do not watch this movie in its original form. watch the Mystery Science Theater 3000 episode.
Okay, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, that's the lead-in. You need to watch the MST3K version of this because, like most MST3K movies, the original version is kind of unwatchable. The dubbing is a little rough because, again, 1959, kind of hard. Satan is hysterical in all of the worst ways.
Santa this costume, man.
Oh my god, it's great. It's this like red unitard. Santa has some gloriously bizarre weaknesses, and at one point gets treed by a dog. Merlin is involved.
Okay.
And instead of elves, Santa has children from all the nations helping him. But because this was 1959, there are some stereotypes involved. So this movie was very well intended, was meant to be a kid's movie, was meant to be a, do your best and be good and Santa will see it and things will go well. One of those, well intended, feel good kids movie. But it's such a nightmare that it's actually a lot of fun to watch with a guy and two robots in the corner making fun of it. If you've never seen MST3K, this might not be the best episode to start on. But if you are even vaguely familiar with the concept, go for it. It's a blast. Terrifying cackling Rudolph is one of my favorite terrible things to come out of the show.
That just sounds weird.
Oh my god, it's so messed up. So much of this was well-intentioned. But again, 1959, so a lot of well-intentioned stuff aimed towards kids is super creepy. Yeah. And this whole movie is just kind of creepy. And it's a Christmas movie where the villain is Satan. This... It's a good
That's
time.
An interesting combo.
It is a super hecked up movie. Please go into it understanding that this is a children's film about Christmas from 1959, and they picked it to be an MST3K episode for a reason. It's not up there with Final Sacrifice and Space Mutiny as the best ones. But it is one of my favorite ones. And I say that as someone whose other favorite one is Attack of the Eye Creatures. So if you're familiar with MST3K, that should kind of give you a litmus test there. Okay. But yes, it's available, I believe, on Amazon Prime. I don't know if there's a rental fee, but if there is, there's only a couple of bucks. Do it. Watch it. If you are of legal drinking age, maybe get a drink.
I feel there's a drinking game in there somewhere.
Oh my god.
Have you seen the one? It's like a meme. And they're like, put a Santa hat in the corner of your TV, and every time somebody wears it, do something. Yep. Yeah.
Yeah, no, this one, like the drinking game would be every time it does something creepy, take a drink, but you would be plastered in 15 minutes. And
okay.
Oh my god. It is a completely buck wild episode, and it is a completely buck wild movie, but you guys, it's so much fun. It's such a good time. Nice. So yeah, Santa Claus. I think it's season 5, episode 21 or something like that. Mystery Science Theater 3000. And if you've never seen MST3K before, the whole shtick is that they make fun of bad movies. It's glorious. It's glorious.
Yeah, I didn't watch a ton of it, but I definitely caught episodes here and there over time.
Yeah, and they've done a new series on Netflix, which is also pretty solid.
Yes. I haven't watched much of that, I think, though.
It's hard to beat the classics, in my opinion. That said, the Mac and Me and the Atlantic Rim episodes of the new one are just that. I think they had one that's The Day Time Stood Still, which makes no goddamn sense. Yeah. Tweet me if you want my MST3K recommendations list, because I do have one, because I love this show. But yes, if you want holiday flavored weird stuff as made fun of by 3 people in the corner of the screen, Santa Claus. Just Santa Claus. It's so weird.
I was going to say, speaking of weird, I got another one.
Hey.
Now, Rare Exports. It's from 2010. And I was looking at the country because I think it's a couple one, because I think it's from Finland, and Norway. It's like, it is a joint production thing.
Okay.
So one weird complaint, and I'm like, hold on, I need to take this, do a thought. All right, so one weird complaint is there's technically like no female characters in the movie because it's like an isolated area. It's a father and his son, and they're like doing something, and it's the dad's coworkers, and they're out doing a shipping thing. So like they call the mom, and that's about it, but they're not. I didn't really notice until about halfway through, and I'm like, why are there none? Okay, whatever. It's a small complaint, but
not getting involved in this noise. That's where.
Yeah. So, a young boy named Pietri and his father think a secret mountain drilling project near their home in northern Finland has uncovered the tomb of Santa Claus. This is a horror movie, so in case you were wondering, yes, it is lots of gore, violence, but it's very fun because I personally like it more. Like Krampus was kind of around the same time. I don't love that movie, if only because it just sucks to be you. And horror movies where it just sucks to be you, it just feels really deflating to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Rare Export is just like fun. It's like in the category of monster movies because they're fighting a monster of Santa Claus, but it's not like American Santa Claus. It's a monster. So if you want something really fun, a little more on the horror, darker side for Santa and Christmas, check out Rare Exports.
So it's an upscale version of Santa's sleigh, is what you're telling me.
Yes. It looks like it's on Hulu, Amazon Prime, Pluto TV, Tubi. There's a few things. All these, if you just Google it and be like, where to watch, something will probably pop up.
I mean,
but yeah,
Tubi
that
has been a really good place to watch stuff in general. Tubi is actually where I've been doing my big Yu-Gi-Oh rewatch.
Nice.
But they have a ton of stuff available, and as long as you don't mind the occasional ad break, free account.
It's fine. Also, because I'm thinking of this now, I'm going to provide a link when this comes up. I did a holiday video, I think it was like last year or so, where I just did a recommendation of horror movies specifically that were Christmas related, holiday related. So stay tuned for that. That's on my personal YouTube channel, but I want to plug that now because if you're more in the mood for wanting something spooky or gory or scary or rar, that's specifically that stuff.
Okay, I think RAR is what you file Gremlins under.
That too.
Because it's not really spooky or gory or scary. It's just kind of wild.
It's been a little while since I made my list of what they were, but yeah, they're a little more on the darker side.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of dark holiday horror. Because it's like, oh, it's the most wonderful time of the year. Let's subvert.
Da da da.
But like Gremlins, y'all.
Yeah, there are fun holiday horror ones that are more, I don't want to say family friendly, but like more PG-13, you know.
Gremlins is technically family friendly. There's a few things in there that are a little wild, but you know, I'm trying to remember if it was a PG rating before PG-13 existed. It probably
one of those things.
Yeah, one of those.
Well, there's some R's that are today's standard. It's not an R.
Yeah, but the tipping point for that, and I'm sure you already know this, but it's entirely possible that not all of our viewers know this. The movie that caused the PG-13 rating to be created was actually Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
I was going to say Titanic did a big thing. That was a big deal of nudity at PG-13.
No, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom was the movie that caused the PG-13 rating to be created because they did some really graphic stuff in what was otherwise considered a, family-friendly movie.
Family adventure, yeah.
They realized they needed something between PG, bring your kids, and R, no kids allowed. They needed something for
teenagers.
This is for older kids.
Yeah.
I believe the first movie to be rated PG-13 was Red Dawn. So yeah, fun trivia facts.
The more you know.
Yeah, the PG-13 rating exists because of Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
I totally watched it as a kid and it was super cool. Like that's one of my favorite ones.
I only just watched it for the first time like last year.
Really?
It certainly was a movie. There were
As a
some good
kid?
parts, and there were some like
It's so good.
hilariously. This
Yeah.
is in terms of not leaning on the "it belongs in a museum" bit, which, as it turns out, is something that you really shouldn't be doing. It is the best movie for what if we take this cultural artifact and return it to the culture from whence it came. Like Temple of
Yeah.
Doom is the best Indiana Jones movie in terms of best archaeological practices. What the hell?
Well, I was thinking about actually pivot, but Indiana Jones. It took me the longest time to see Raiders of the Lost Ark because I
Really?
think as a kid that one wasn't as cool. I don't know, or I just didn't get to it. I don't know. But Temple of Doom was the
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, you watch Raiders of the Lost Ark as an adult and you go, Sala is the best person here. Everyone else shut up. Sala's amazing. That's it. That's my review. Sala is great. What about
Well,
the rest of the rest of the movie's good too. Sala is great.
I was gonna say, speaking of review, what's your next recommendation? Or what's up
I only
next
had
for
the
you?
two, so I am gonna go with Gremlins.
That's a good one.
It's such a wild little movie. I'm not usually a horror movie person, and I'm also not usually a creature feature person, but this is one of those, my roommate put it on and I was there, so I'm like, alrighty, let's watch it. It's like, okay, this gets a little this is why I was wondering if it came out before Temple of Doom. Yeah, before Temple of Doom, because it feels like Gremlins probably should have been PG-13, and it wasn't, because there is a scene where they put a gremlin in the microwave, and that's not for kids. Not for kids. Really good monster kill. Not for kids. So, yeah, it is a wild little creature feature, and the big holiday thing is it takes place at Christmas, and the original creature, the little mogwai that they named Gizmo, was a Christmas present from a dad to his son. It was a Christmas present that the dad should not have had because he kind of took it from the person who had it, who told him, nah, not for sale. So, ego, hubris.
You get what's coming to you?
Rules.
Yeah. I said you get what's coming to you?
A little bit, but he didn't have to deal with most of it. His son did. So it's a lot of this movie was hubris. Part of it is, hey, maybe follow the rules that you're given. And this is where, if you haven't seen it, this is where the whole don't eat after midnight joke comes from. Because if you get them wet, they multiply. And if you feed them after midnight, they turn from adorable little mogwais, which are basically Furbies, but not nightmare fuel, into gremlins, which are tiny, angry murder creatures. I don't know that they ever actually kill anyone. I think there is one potential kill.
I was going to say, it's been too long since I've seen it, so I'm like...
Yeah.
But I remember I liked it as a movie.
Yeah. It's mostly just mayhem. And if there are kills, they are all toned down. Like nobody gets stabbed on screen or anything,
Yeah.
Alrighty. So yeah.
Well, toning it down.
Wild.
Toning it down even more. Family friendly film, in case anybody needs something for family friendly, is I'm gonna do this again. Is Claws. It's a Netflix original animation film from 2019, and I really liked it because it was a unique approach to the origin of Santa and how important essentially the postal service is. And you'll see how that ties together if you see the film. There are some things in it that are a little bit cheesy because it's two neighborhood factions that are mad at each other, and those are maybe a little bit simplistic, that it's roll your eyes. But I like how the plot develops, how they get into how a legend, it's an interesting examination of how a legend could form. It's this, something happened, somebody saw it, somebody experienced it, and how they interpret it and pass that information on, and how that could lead to our understanding of Santa. And so I thought that was really cool. The animation's really beautiful. It's very fun. It's funny. And again, family friendly and not too simplistic for older audiences as well. That one's on Netflix. Right now, IMDb rating is 8.2, which is pretty good.
Yeah. And I mean, it's an incredible movie. I watched
Yeah.
it last year and I cried. It
It's
is
in
so
the
good.
feels.
It's so good.
Yes. And
It's
fun. It's just so fun. And it's nice. Like, it's just not just fluff. There's substance too.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's the origin story of Santa is one of those things that has been tackled in so many different pieces of media. I think Rankin Bass did it at least once. There are a lot of modern movies that go for it.
Mhm.
Like, it's been done quite a bit, and it's not always the easiest thing to execute in a meaningful manner. This does it. This
Mhm.
does it.
It's like,
Incredible.
mhm.
So yeah, good.
I made a heart
Good
gesture for
things.
anybody who's
I
just
saw, yeah,
listening. It's like,
yeah. Just
mm,
hearts. Just
yeah,
hearts.
it's a really good one. And it was nice to have something just new and fresh to
Yeah.
be a holiday film, Christmas. Yeah, it's holidays and feel good. Yeah, it's definitely a nice. You just feel good after, you know.
It's nice
Those
to
are
have
nice.
a new holiday movie that isn't a romance.
That too.
Or I'd even go, that isn't a straight romance. I
Yeah.
know it's so easy to like bag on Hallmark, and it's fine if Hallmark Christmas movies are your thing. Like,
Yep.
guys, I love cozy murder mystery novels. It's fine. Everything you consume does not have to be a tour de force or the
Mhm.
highest tier of anything. Like, it's
There's
okay to
popcorn
have,
flicks for a reason.
yeah, it's okay to have the McDonald's of your genre. It's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Just, it's nice to have a Christmas movie that's quality and that doesn't hinge on a romance. Because there is a lot of Christmas movies that are one or the that are either not great or it's good, but also I hope you like a love story. And for those who aren't necessarily into a love story being the focal point of their media, that can be a little rough. Like,
Or it's just oversaturation of it. You're like,
yeah,
okay, I get it. I may like it, but I don't need every movie to have it.
but I'm thinking of, oh my god, it's the one movie that has like the 12 stories intertwined together
Oh,
and
Love
it's Christmas.
Actually?
Thank you. I forgot the name of that one. It's
I
one
was
of
like,
those
that's a good
movies
Christmas
where,
one.
yeah,
Not every story is a romance, but
a lot of
wait,
them.
aren't they? Most of them in their own way.
Yeah, no, they all are.
I'm like, wait,
Oh
yeah.
boy, oh buddy, oh boy, they are all
But
romance.
it's so
And
cute.
again, there's nothing wrong with Love
Yeah.
Actually. I've seen it once all the way through, and that's enough. That's one of
Mm.
those movies where I've seen it once, that's fine. I am okay with just like catching bits of it or talking about how some of those stories are actually kind of hecked up. But yeah, it's fine. But there's a lot of Christmas media or a lot of holiday media in general where we're at the point where it's mimetic about the Hallmark movie about like the big businesswoman coming home to her
To
small
the
town
small
for Christmas
town,
and dropping her
yeah.
high-powered fiance to fall back in love with her high school sweetheart who is
Yes.
a lumberjack or something. Like it's fun. It's the Sweet Home Alabama but Christmas
That
tropes.
was a
Like
cute movie,
it's
though.
I have not seen it, but I know
Okay,
I
it's
know
cute.
that that's what it's about. Again, there's nothing wrong with it. These movies are generally pretty cute and pretty fluffy, and they execute things well, and that's fine. Yeah, we're just looking for quality Christmas movies that aren't romance, because
Yes.
romance is not necessarily everyone's thing. And if you just had like a breakup or something before Christmas, you really don't want to be watching a romance.
I was going to say, I think all of our recommendations, except for Nightmare, aren't romances. So
Nightmare,
go
the
us.
focal point isn't the romance.
That's
though.
true.
And that is kind of the point that I'm making. Because if you're looking for a story with zero romance in it whatsoever, like, oh buddy, good luck. That can be a
I was going to
hard
say
one.
rare exports because
Fair.
well, it's no queerness, so there's not there, and there's no straight couples interacting on screen. So
it's also a horror movie.
And that too. But
And
there's romance in horror movies too, or there's couples.
That's true.
Yeah.
There's having sex and then getting killed.
Yes.
That's what it's for. The Scream rules.
Yes.
But yeah, it's
You have a very valid point.
Yeah.
Yep. Something else I want to just throw in there of one more just kind of fun throwing in the mix. I was like, I didn't remember this being specifically a Christmas movie, but I think it's one of those, it takes place at Christmas time, is Kiss Kiss Bang Bang. Did you ever see that, Katie?
I have not.
All right. It is 2005. And it is, I'm trying to grab to the plot here. Okay, so two-bit crook Harry Lockhart, played by Robert Downey Jr., so if you're a fan of his, it's fun, stumbles into an audition for a mystery film while on the run from the cops. So it's like crime, it's action, it's funny, it's very well written. Like the script is so good of just the actual dialogue of what happens, and it's crime, but not too heavy. It's still very light and just cool. If you want something fun action, if you never got around to it, let's see where it's on. Yeah, there's different ways to rent it, but Kiss Kiss Bang Bang 2005.
All right.
And I was like, who else is in this?
So,
oh yeah, there we go. It's Michelle Monaghan. Sorry if I'm saying that wrong. Yeah. Robert Downey Jr. and Val Kilmer, among others.
So
good cast.
Before we segue into our other topic,
yes,
I do want to throw this out there, because if we're gonna do incendiary debate, this is the hot dog a sandwich of Christmas movies.
Okay,
but as long as we're talking about movies that may or may not be Christmas movies because they take place at Christmas,
Die Hard
is Die Hard a Christmas movie? Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
I'm of the opinion of, as long as it's at a holiday time period, it can count. Like the focal point of the film doesn't need to be Christmas, but the fact that it is present in the background still makes me feel like it's Christmas time, or it feels kind of weird to watch it in, I don't know, July, but then that's Christmas in July. But like you're not going to watch a Christmassy movie probably in March or May. So, but Die Hard, since it is more subtly in the background, you probably could, but it lends it to the holidays.
Whenever. Like, I will watch Nightmare Before Christmas whenever. So, I would say
you can watch it Halloween or Christmas.
Or when the hell ever you want. You can make it your own personal holiday. I am not necessarily you must keep this seasonal material at this season person. I am, especially after everything that happened in 2020, I'm kind of you know what? You want to put your Christmas carols on in June? That's fine. If it brings you joy, great. Have fun. I am the person who watched the Hawkeye trailer in early October, and it threw me in Christmas mode so hard, I made Halloween treats for the neighbors because I had to do something to assuage that when I usually make Christmas treats for the neighbors, which I did that too. But it's, there's definitely something, at least for me, that just triggers that, holiday. We do this. So it's perfectly fine to consume holiday flavored media, not during the holiday for which it's flavored. So I argue that you can watch Die Hard whenever. And I would also argue that Die Hard integrates the holiday a little more than just, it takes place at the holiday, because it's
a Christmas party.
It's a Christmas party. He's there to visit for the holiday. And the other big argument I have is, now I have a machine gun. Ho, ho, ho. I can't read it with the same gravitas as the late, great Alan Rickman, but you know what I mean.
Well, it's not like you can't watch it outside the time, but for me, like you're more inclined when it's that time. Like I'll watch horror movies year round, but the closer to October, I'm like, I just want more of them. Yeah.
Whereas I'm just like, Muppet movies whenever, but specifically Muppet Christmas Carol at Christmas. And I know I talked about this a little bit on last week's episode, but watch Muppet Christmas Carol. I know there's an argument that if you don't watch the version with When Love Is Gone in it, it's not valid. I'm going to go ahead and say, watch whichever version you can get your hands on, because the DVD has the full screen version, which still has the song, and the widescreen version, which does not, because
weird.
When they redid it for widescreen, they were literally missing the reel that the song was on. Like the physical reel was missing.
It'd be annoying, but could you watch the widescreen, pause, go to the full, watch the scene, and then go back?
I mean, you could if you've got the DVD.
Yeah.
But if you're watching on Disney Plus, it's widescreen or bust. The thing is, they found the reel last year. So then the question is, hey, are you going to recut it to put the song back in? Because not only is it important, but they reprise it at the end of the movie. They reprise the melody and give it different words. So like,
is the song like on YouTube that if you want to watch that scene?
Yeah,
okay.
absolutely.
Or you do that. Watch the movie, pause, watch it, and come back.
But my point is, whichever version you watch is valid. Just watch the movie. It's that good. And it is the best adaptation of Christmas Carol. Fight me. Holiday fights. Let's go. That is I will throw down for this movie.
Grab your candy canes and be like, en garde, I am fighting you on this one.
They will last for exactly one blow and then shatter because they are candy canes.
That's why it's fun to fight with? I don't know.
No.
Fighting
anyway.
Playfully. Anyway, yes. But leave your comments, please, down below. Your thoughts on the movies we talked about. Have you seen them? Have you never heard of them? I would love to hear that. Like, if you haven't heard of some of these movies, please. And then if you go watch it, come back and comment what you thought. Because I'm like,
how many of you are gonna go watch MST3K Santa Claus?
I'm like, maybe.
And just, yes. I need you to tell me what you think of it.
Because I was thinking without the mysteries part, I'm like, I don't know if I would.
No,
but I'm like, oh, okay.
No. Oh my God! Don't ever watch.
Like,
don't ever watch an MST3K movie without the MST3K part, because not only do they add the jokes and the fun little interstitials, they cut parts of it that don't need to be there. They did Manos Hands of Fate, which is one of their best known episodes, and boy, there's a story behind the making of Manos. Oh, that movie. But the thing is, it's already a long episode. I want to say it's over 2 hours. They cut like 40 minutes of driving from the movie. Just sequences of driving.
Slim it down. Okay.
Happens. It's not a car chase. It's just driving. They still left plenty of driving in the movie, mind you.
Yeah.
But
that's my pantomime of driving.
Yeah. They edit it. Some of the movies they edit a little more for TV because there's one or two movies where it's like, oh boy, oh buddy, oh boy, you can't show that. But for the most part, it's, if they do editing for the movies, they cut out the really slow bits. So don't ever watch an MST3K movie without the MST3K part.
Or at least you have been warned.
I'll take that. You have been warned. If you want to watch Mac and Me on your own,
I think I've seen that. And it's cute. I was like, wait, Mac and Me? Yes, I have.
The E.T. ripoff that's hella weird and throws a wheelchair kid down a mountain? There is a child in a wheelchair and he just...
It is a weird alien.
Rolled down a mountain. This poor child. He's our protagonist.
I think it was... There's another one around that time period, but so maybe not this one.
E.T.
No. Not an alien, but like kid on space adventure vibe.
Oh yeah. There's tons of those. Mac and Me is not one you should be watching without the benefit of jokes because it does some really weird stuff. And then you find the alternate ending and you're like, oh no. Oh boy.
Nice.
Don't do it. Just love yourself enough to stick with Mystery Science Theater 3000 when it comes to stuff like that. just yeah, a little bit of self-care.
We're trying to save people from pain and something.
If you want to do it, have fun. Enjoy yourself. That's entirely up to you. Some people enjoy things like that. I enjoy it when people make fun of the movie for me and then have fun little interstitials that give me wonderful, wonderful jokes like dull surprise and they just didn't care. Like, just MST3K is a good thing, you guys. It's a good
They're
thing.
also like feel good comfort show. Yeah. In a way, like it just feels like you're hanging out with your friends and they're making jokes and you just get to enjoy it.
It's not like a warm and fuzzy sort of show, but it is like, I enjoy this.
Yeah.
Attack of the Giant Spiders if you just want a shit ton of jokes about the Green Bay Packers.
I forget what arc it was, but somebody also a plug. Check it out. it'll now still be on the channel. I did an interview with Jeremy Lee and Alex Von David talking about Sword Art Online Progressive. And at one point in the chat, I forget which season, somebody was like, this is a comfort show for me. And I'm like, I love the shows, but I don't know how many of them I feel like comfort. The cast, it makes sense. Like, you're coming back to this thing you've worked on and everything. And that's how I think of it. Like, it's nice to revisit and these people, but some of these parts of the show are just intense.
Sword Art Online is not what I would describe as a comfort show.
I was surprised. But I was like, okay.
It helps people and it makes them happy, by all means.
So I'm gonna
absolutely.
So we should have a link for that down below. What is it?
It's not comforting to me.
Fair. Yeah.
It's one of those shows. Validate you being comforted by it. Yeah.
It's also a show that I've been watching for so long that I'm like, it's comfort in the sense of like, I know it and then been around it long enough. There should be a link for that down below as well. So go check that out. Yeah. And yes. So Katie, now we're wrapping up. Let's get to, there we go. Thank you so much for watching this special holiday edition. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, happy whatever you celebrate. We hope it's fun, safe, and you have a great time. Katie, where can people find you online? I don't know what that was.
It's a thing. We have a good time. You can follow me all over the social medias as well as on YouTube and Twitch at Kyushay. That is right over here. The channels have been a little quiet recently because life is a thing that's occurring. There are plans for the new year, but because plans fluctuate, I'm not going to like say, hey, we're doing this thing. If we're doing the thing, it will be a surprise. But yeah, I'm still very much tweeting about playing through Kingdom Hearts 2 again and doing the daily Adagio T advent calendar. So come hang out. It's a good time.
Yay. I was going to say yay for tea.
Yes. God, yes.
There we go. Yes. You can find me online at Kari D. Lane. That's KARIDLANE. Again, I'm hearing an echo. So if anybody's like, what are you doing?
My best.
Thank you. Yes, trying my best. You can find me on all the social media there. And I posted a segment from this TikTok, or from our show here on TikTok. So go check those out. Or if you want to show segments to people of like, hey, go check out this show. It was a fun bit of Jumanji ride? No. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go to the last video and watch it. It's very entertaining. And on TikTok, I put stickers. And I'll be posting other videos on there as well. And again, the Sword Art Online Progressive. Oh, also, it's in advance, but it's January. But telling you now, they've been dropping stuff about it. Belle is new film coming to theaters in January. And you can go see my interview with the director on the Animation is Film Festival playlist. So that's really exciting. So go check that out. And also go check out the movie when it comes out in January. I know this is in advance, but just get ready. That's all. So, yay.
I mean, the next time you'll see us will be in January.
What?
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, reminder.
We are off next week because holiday travel, etc. And we will be back in January covering all the fun stuff we missed, including 3 episodes of Demons, like probably 3. I don't know if the holiday is going to affect the pairing schedule in Japan. But potentially 2.
Whatever's been out, we'll cover it.
Yeah. Watch, it's like 1 episode and then they took a 2-week break. I'm like, that makes our life so much easier.
And then we'll bring you more fun, nerdy news, geeky stuff, recommendations. So
absolutely
stick around for that. Thank you again, everybody, for watching, commenting. And if you watch it live, even though we're not live, thank you.
Yeah.
And if you watch it later, it's awesome too. We still love you. And
happy holidays. Happy New Year. Stay safe out there. We love you guys.
Yes. We love you. And we'll see you next time.